play and call it work. Warhammer 40k Incursion Battle Report.
MiniWarGamer Dave here from MiniWarGaming.com. Welcome, Wargamers, to another Warhammer 40k Incursion Battle Report. The battle reports where we use 1,000 points against each other in an appropriately sized mission. Today, my opponent will be Luka, who is right now behind the camera.
Hello.
It will be World Eaters versus the Necrons. Let's take a look at the armies.
Let's go ahead and take a gander at the Necron forces I'll be bringing to bear in today's Incursion Battle Report. Again, 1,000 points. I think it's exactly 1,000 points. And the new Necron points make it very easy to get to like those hard numbers.
Are they like by fives?
Yeah, everything's 5s and 10s.
Nice.
It's very nice. We have 1,000 points of Necron Dynasty. This is the dynasty that when you advance, you automatically advance 6, and you kind of get fly. You ignore models and terrain when you move. Not that that matters too much for any other purposes in the game, but yeah, it's a highly mobile force of Necrons.
Now, is that for any unit in the
Yes,
Wow.
the whole thing, the whole army gets dynasty traits other than things from the Triarch, which I don't have in this list.
Cool.
And I think there's a couple other exceptions too. Anyways, for this patrol, which is what I'm bringing to bear today, we have a Overlord, leading today's battle. Again, he's going to be my Overlord. He's going to have the Immortal Pride Warlord trait. Necron units within 6 inches of him will automatically pass morale checks. And he can deny a psychic power, but Dave does not have any psychers for that one there.
I do not.
He's not going to have any relics or anything like that. The relics are going to go on this Cryptek over here, who's got a Chronometron and his Staff of Light. He is going to have the Lightning Field relic. It'll give him a 4-up invulnerable save, which he has no invulnerable save to begin with, so that's nice. And at the start of the fight phase, enemy units might take mortal wounds on a 4-up as they get the zap. For the rest of the stuff in my patrol, we have 4 Scarabs because of points. They're kind of cheap and easy to fill out the remainder of what I have, because everything else is so expensive. We have 6 Destroyers, very pricey here. These guys are, I think, 330 points now. I believe they're 55 points a model, so they're quite pricey, but they are going to do all of the heavy lifting for my army. They are over a third of my force. I don't typically like doing that. It's just, it's been a while since I fielded them, and I want to see how they play without a Royal Warden and the inability to fall back and shoot now.
So in other words, kill them first?
You have to try and kill them first, but they are tough, so that's kind of the one trick to it.
Are they T5, T6?
They're T5 with 3 wounds each, and they reanimate with full wounds if you don't kill them all.
Oh!
So you have to do...
Yeah, that's brutal.
Yeah, you have to do the 18 wounds to them in one go, or else a majority of them typically come back. Or half.
We're up to the challenge.
Yeah. And then 2 squads of Necron Warriors. These guys are going to actually be running with Gauss Flayers in this game. I tried the Reapers out last time, and I typically would rather run Reapers if I'm going to put them into Strategic Reserve, or if I'm going to have them in Ghost Arcs. In this case, they're going to be my back lines, shooting their longer range guns, at a little bit weaker strength and a little bit less AP. That just, you know, makes sense how it works out. And then 1 Doomsday Arc.
Doomsday.
He's got his big, dumb Doomsday Cannon, D6 shots. Strength 10, AP 5, D6 damage a shot. And then it's got the Gauss Flux Arrays on the sides, or Flux Arcs. I think they're arrays. I can never remember the name on them. They're just flayers, and they broadside with them, but they don't broadside anymore because that was 7th edition, which was totally cool, but whatever. You gotta evolve with the additions. And that is it for my Necron list. Let's go take a look at the World Eaters.
1,000 points of World Eaters, which is actually 999 exactly, so I'm down by 1, but that's okay. We have our Warlord, which is right in the middle, which is a Chaos Lord with the Mark of Khorne on Juggernaut. Super fun. I want to say never have I brought this guy before. I wanted to bring him because he's aesthetically beautiful, and it just fits with the 1,000 points, and I think it'll be fun. His Warlord trait is Arch Slaughterer, so if I am outnumbered by enemy units, more than friendly units within 3 inches of me, then I get D3 extra attacks in the fight phase, so that's pretty cool. For my relic, I have the Berserker Glaive. What that does is +1 strength, AP 2 damage, and it basically gives me a 5-up ignore wounds after saves, so it's like a 5-up feel no pain. So it's perfect. Kind of odd that it's on a weapon that does that. Usually it's armor or a helmet, but I'm not going to complain. I like it. It's basically a more powerful power axe that allows me to be more survivable. Now for my troops, we have 3 units of Khorne Berserkers. They're each outfitted the exact same. There's a power fist on each of the champions, which is represented by blades that are more bloody or a massive green sword, axe thing, like sharpie,
double
weapon.
glaive.
Double glaive right in front. The actual Berserkers themselves are equipped with chain sword and chain axe combos. No bolt pistols on these guys. And they will be riding in rhinos. For elites, we got a squad of 5 chosen. They have combi meltas and a combi flamer on the champion. And they are also equipped with extra chain swords, just for good measure, because they are, after all, world eaters. And then we have a Hell Brute for my other elite choice there. He's got a Power Scourge. He's outfitted completely close combat-y, so we're looking forward to getting into the fray. So please come towards me, destroyers. We shall see if he can eat through all that stuff. Last but not least, we have our Raptors, 7-man squad. We have a couple flamers in there, so you might see one that has a melta. That is Markadaved to be a bolt pistol and chainsword.
Oh, I see the 2 flamers there, and that's the Markadave.
Yeah, that's right. And that's my list for a total of 999 points. Let's take a look at the mission.
The mission today is Eternal War Incursion Forward Push. The deployment map includes hammer and anvil style player deployment zones, with 4 objective markers labeled A and D are placed in the deployment zones, with objective markers labeled B and C placed in no man's land. Rules for this mission include Quick March, which states any advance rolls of less than 3 made in the first battle round instead count as 3. The primary objective is Take and Hold, which is progressive. At the end of each player's command phase, the player whose turn it is scores 5 victory points for each of the following conditions they satisfy, for a maximum of 15 victory points. They control 1 or more objective markers. They control 2 or more objective markers. They control more objective markers than their opponent controls. This primary objective cannot be scored in the first battle round. The secondary objective in this mission is called Forward Push, which is progressive. It states, if you select this objective, then units in your army can perform the following action. 1 unit from your army can start to perform this action at the start of your movement phase, if it is within range of an objective marker that you control. The action is completed at the end of your turn, and you score a number of victory points depending on which marker this action was performed on. This mission rewards you for holding objective markers that are placed farther away from your initial starting point. For instance, if you are player A in this scenario, and you wish to perform this action for this secondary objective, you would score 1 victory point for objective marker labeled A, 2 victory points labeled B, 4 victory points labeled C, and 8 victory points labeled D. Conversely, it works in the opposite direction for the opposing player.
Thanks for checking out this Incursion Battle Report, folks. Don't forget, paired with it in the MiniWarGaming Vaults is another 1,000 point game, this time between Josh and Luka, and it's going to be Necrons versus the Custodians. If you want to check it out, click on the link down below to get yourself a 7-day free trial to the Vault if you aren't already one. Enjoy the Battle Report, everyone. This is the table that Dave and I are going to be playing on. We got our 4 objectives, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 over there. And to train here, we got a table war mat. Tundra mat. We got the rocks here from Greenleaf Terrain, all custom made from foam and flocked up and painted. And then we got Games Workshop kind of like alien terrain growth and yeah, all that good stuff. And then we got TNT Laserworks that have cut up these, well, they're wound markers technically, but you can change the dial to number them to whatever objective you want because they are the proper size for modern 40k 9th edition objectives, right? They're 40 millimeters. Boop, boop, so they make the gameplay, well, I guess the recommended a lot easier. Right?
And it's actually good because you can number them, and in this one, the objectives are numbered.
Yeah, the objectives
A through D, but you can just go 1 through 4.
1 through 4, same thing, right? So that does work quite a bit for us in this case. Our deployment zones are going to be essentially 12 inches up, a foot up, but we're not playing with the 2 inches on the back ends, and then we're free to play anywhere on the long table edges here. Dave and I are going to go ahead and roll for attacker, defender to pick sides. The terrain's pretty self-explanatory. All of the growth, the Xenos alien forestry, shrubbery, is dense terrain, so it's -1 to shoot through. And then everything else is just a taller obstacle that is exposed position, so you won't get cover if you're on top of it, but you will get cover if you're behind it, and it's solid, so it's going to block line of sight all on its own. Rolling! 1
And 4.
All right. Well, you get to pick which side. Well, if you want, typically the person who wins the roll-off picks defender, because I don't think I've ever seen anyone take attacker yet.
Sure, I'll be defender.
Yeah. Would you like that side over there because your army's right behind you?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair. So then I'll deploy over here, but Dave will have to deploy first. Oh no.
That's fine.
Though we forgot to talk about secondaries.
So for me, I picked forward push, which is the mission one, so you guys know what that does. Obviously, I want to get into Luka's deployment zone. That's my number one thing. With that, I also chose line breaker, because another reason to get into his deployment zone, and then grind them down because we're corn.
Right.
I want to kill more units than you. That's really it.
It's kind of harder to pick secondaries with the incursion missions because, you know, you have less vehicles, so you don't want to bring it down that much. I went with grind them down as well, just because I'm an attrition-based army, so hopefully that works out for me. I went with engage on all fronts, and I went with the mission secondary forward push as well. Because I have scarabs, they might be able to pull that off easily, though we'll find out shortly, I suppose, won't we? Deployment is complete. I pretty much took up the entire deployment area myself. Doomsday Arc with my Overlord beside it. Scarabs, 10 Necron warriors in the front, right beside my Cryptek, who is encompassed by Necron destroyers, with 10 Necron warriors in the back to take the position of the destroyers when the destroyers go to reposition. Now, across from me, what do we have?
We have my 2 squads of berserkers in this rhino with the Hellbrute beside, Raptors on the objective in the back. On this side, we have my Chaos Lord and Juggernaut with the other berserker plus chosen squad inside this rhino, close to this objective in no man's land in the middle.
Right, and now we're just going to go ahead and roll off to see who gets the first turn, or determine who gets the first turn. All right, I think I'd rather go first, but I'm okay with either option. 4, 1. Well. The only reason I want to go first is because there is this one lane of shooting I have with the Doomsday Arc, who could shoot at that rhino. But that's like pretty much its only shot. I'd have to reposition a little bit further forward to shoot down this lane. I think I can see like a little bit of that rhino, but this one's a better target. So I think I'll take the first turn just to actually move around my deployment zone a little bit and get some of my buffs off and slow down the advance of the nasty corn berserkers, if possible. No reanimation protocols to do, so I'm going to go right on to my command phase where I'll get a command point going up to 7. Anything fancy to do in my command phase? I do have an Overlord with My Will Be Done, which got buffed nicely. I'm very excited to see what the 8th edition Codex brings to bear. I have a lot of suspicions I would love to see come true. As of right now, My Will Be Done will be targeting the Doomsday Arc, so it gets +1 to hit. And then I'm going to spend 1 command point on the Pharaon's Will, which allows me to do it to a second target, which will be the Destroyers. They're also going to get +1 to hit. So hitting on 2s, but there's a lot of dense terrain on the table. So probably hitting on 2s, hitting on 3s. But at least, as long as they're not hitting on 4s, it's a-okay. Now we're going to go on to movement, where you're staying still because I want to be able to fire at high power capabilities. And then everything else is going to reposition. I'm going to see where I can get these guys at. I'm not going to get a lot of shots with them because I deployed 5 of them behind the line, and then Dave deployed at the line as well. So I'm only really going to be able to shoot with 1 of them, realistically, but I'm going to be able to reposition. In fact, I'll probably mostly just be repositioning. So they're going to move in this direction. Wait a second, I'm a fool. I forgot how basic math works. These guys move 10 inches with fly, and we're only 24 inches apart, and their guns are 24 inches apart, so they should be able to fire, but they will be shooting through dense terrain, because we got, well, whatever that alien growth is right there.
It's dense.
Dense.
Whatever it is, it's dense.
Yeah, hard to shoot through. Harder to shoot through. So they're going to fly up to that position, front and center. Risky to get charged at, but what we're going to do now is advance the Cryptek here. He moves, I think 5 right now because he's too far away from the Overlord for the 6-inch move. They would have been able to move a little bit further, but I'm okay with that position there. They're at their good enough range to shoot. The guys in the back are. When he advances, he automatically advances 6 and ignores models and terrain when he moves. So he's going to move 11 by advancing. We're just going to bloop.
Whoa.
He's going to go right in that groove between all the destroyers, giving them a 5-up invulnerable save for shooting attacks. And then these Necron warriors who move 6 are just going to move over into this position, and they're going to attempt to get within 3 inches of that Cryptek as well, which shouldn't be too much of a problem. I don't need to worry about too much objectives on this first turn because I'm more of a defensive build, I think. These Necron warriors are going to move up towards this objective.
Did you say you're a defensive build?
Well, like, sorry, I meant like defend my territory type build.
Ah, I see.
Not deep. It's a very aggressive build. It's a very aggressive list.
Say.
For Necrons, of course, that's not what I meant, but I mean,
if this is your defense, I'd hate to see your offense.
This is kind of, yeah, well, I guess an offense would be like an all melee kind of like heavy deep strike push into your territory, where this is the opposite. I want to make sure you don't get to my territory. and then just hold the position here while accumulating, like, trying to win through attrition, right? This is like a typical Necron list would have like 2 or 3, probably 3 Doomsday arcs and either Destroyers or Tomb Blades, whichever your favorite is. I think I prefer these guys here, but the Tomb Blades, in my experience, perform a little bit better. Oh, I forgot to move this guy. He's gonna move there, and then I suppose you should move as well. And lastly, these Scarabs are gonna go up to the objective. They don't have, you know what, they'll advance, why not? Oh, they get to automatically advance 16 inches. I don't want to throw their lives away. We're gonna actually hang back a wee bit. Just gonna go onto the objective. Be a little cautious. Just didn't mean to move that. And we're gonna move you up, and then you can take this position right there. You're gonna stay still. You are staying still, but the Overlord is gonna move just within 6 of it so I can command its capabilities next turn. Yeah, he'll end his move there. Now we're gonna go on to shooting. We're gonna start with the Doomsday Arc, and we're gonna see what it can do against that Rhino. The Gauss guns are not in range, but the Doomsday Cannon's got 72-inch range, so it is well within range. It's only D6 shots though. Okay, it's 5 shots.
Only D6.
Only D6. And 2s. No re-rolling. And wounding on strength 10, so 3s. 3 wounding hits at AP 5.
So what's your damage?
D6 per.
Oh, jeez.
And I got the Rhino. Does it explode though? I would like it to, I think. No, that's a 5. But I get the guys outside. That's all I wanted to do. I wanted to slow down those Berserkers. The Chosen over there are gonna get me, but those Berserkers I wanted to slow down. And while Dave places those models, I forgot to note that I go down to 6 command points when I used the Pharaoh's Will to give them +1 to hit, as well as the Doomsday Cannon. They deploy front and center as Berserkers typically do. How many die though? 2, 1 from each squad, or 2 from one squad if you really want to.
Yeah, that's a toughie. I'd say probably 1 from each.
Oh yeah, 1 from each then. 1, 2. So no morale checks needed for them. The only other thing I'm firing is the Destroyers, who are going to be firing into the Hellbrute. I'm going to not pop Extermination Protocols because I want to conserve my command points. So these typically hit on 3s. They've been buffed to hit on 2s, but I'm now shooting through Dense Terrain with all of them, so 3s to hit again. And they have Hardwired Hatred where they just built in and reroll 1. So obviously, I didn't need Extermination Protocols. 5's to wound, it's only a strength 5 gun. Whereas Extermination Protocols would let me... Okay, I only got 2 wounds.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go. That's where Extermination, I could reroll all of them. But I'm just trying to conserve my command points. It's -3 AP though, so he's going to have 6 up saves. He makes 1, and it's going to be 3 damage. Down. He's going to go ahead and have 5 wounds remaining. And that will be it for my shooting. Nothing else is in range. They're just kind of holding back. They gave me some points. Now, I'm not quite getting engaged in all fronts because I kind of held back. I don't even know why I took that. I have a defend my territory build. I'm not looking to push into my enemy's territory. Why did I take engage? Because there's literally no other good option.
Yeah, with that logic though, Luka, like I chose line breaker. I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna break your line.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing. Because my whole thing is built like, no, you don't come anywhere near my deployment zone. You get too close, I shoot you.
Yeah.
It's just there's literally no other good choices. Like if I get 2 points out of engage on all fronts, that's good enough for me, I guess, if I can somehow manage that later on. But that is the end of Necron turn 1. I did kill 1 unit for grind them down.
You did.
So if Dave kills 2, he gets it. If he kills 1, we tie. If he can't kill anything, I'll get 3 points.
Command phase, I have 1 command point, bringing me up to 7. No victory points scored here. Moving on to my movement phase. Starting back here with this Rhino filled with my Chosen and Berserkers, I'm going to advance it. Now because of the mission special rule, if I get less than a 3, it's automatically a 3.
Fast Rhinos.
So he's here. I am going to pop smoke with it when the time comes, so I'm just going to mention it now before I forget.
Right, that way everyone hears it.
And I figured I'd do that because right now only 1 can see this Rhino. And I anticipate you blowing it up on your turn, and if that happens, or when that happens I should say, I'll be disembarking my guys here. And unless you're set up to simultaneously open me up and then charge the occupants on the inside.
That doesn't sound like a good idea.
Then what I'm going to do is, well, I think you can put together the rest. Now here, the unfortunate thing is it didn't happen over here. I was hoping for first turn. Obviously it didn't happen. But I was hoping to go forward, pop smoke.
Right.
You would blow me up, obviously, because what else are you going to shoot at? And then I'd charge you.
Yeah, that's the perfect world for world leaders.
Perfect, right? But Not quite. What I can hope for, though, is charging your scarabs
Yes. Should be relatively easy.
with my berserkers. So I'm going to move them here and see what do we got.
Goodbye,
Got
scarabs.
a 6-inch charge
Looks like a 6-inch, yeah.
with a reroll because of the Icon of Wrath.
Yeah, this is kind of me being a little too aggressive with them, methinks. And the second squad's following up.
Yeah, I might as well go forward with the second squad. Maybe slingshot them if I can.
Fair.
Moving my Juggernaut forward, advancing him as well. That's a 2. Becomes a 3 because of battle round 1. And he moves 8 plus 3, so he goes a forward 11.
Was it really the first battle round it exists in, eh?
Yeah.
I guess so.
I mean, look at the size of the board.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter for later on.
So this is good here. I am on that objective, which is great. Now the question is, what do I do back here? Because, you know, I lucked out, I have to say. Like, you rolled very poorly with your reroll. So I just dodged that bullet. So I anticipate he will die. Unless, of course, you focus on the stuff that's kind of in your face.
Right.
And if you do that, then that's great. Great, not great, right? Like, I get points, maybe, and then you kill stuff, whereas if you kill stuff, I don't get points, but then you'll die in your turn, or my turn, because I'll charge you. So I guess it forces a decision on your end.
Right.
Raptors are moving forward right out in the middle. Why? Why, you ask? Well, it's because, why not? If I make this charge and I get your destroyers, granted, you'll probably overwatch me, but...
I'll try to.
you know, it's better than back here doing nothing.
Exactly. And it's just coming at me, no holds barred, everything.
Oh yeah, this corn wants it. My Hellbrute? Oh, I gotta roll see if he's crazed, right? Because I lost a wound.
That's true. If he gets to shoot, he would have got the shot, yeah.
And then he'll move back here so that you are forced to move your Ghost Arc if you want to shoot him.
Doomsday Arc.
That's why I said my accent's heavy.
You're right.
It had a lot of corn in it. Let's see, so that we said that was a 6-inch or 7-inch?
Yeah. Let's start the shooting.
6-inch. Okay, so I can't shoot you because it's more than 6 inches away. But
Oh, with a grenade, right.
With a grenade, yeah. But here, maybe I can... No, I don't, because you'll remove that, and then I'll make my charge harder. So I'm going to actually shoot your destroyers, because why not? Why not?
Just everything?
Everything from the Raptor squad into the destroyers.
So 2 flamers and 5 bolt pistols?
I'll do the 2 flamers first.
All right, bring it on. 2d6 automatic hits.
Hold on 1 second. Are you toughness 5?
I am T5.
You're T5? Oh, let's do veterans.
Okay. So we got forwards then?
Yeah.
Well, 2d6 automatic hits first. 5.
Yeah. Force.
Okay, 2 wounding hits.
Didn't even need it.
I got 3 up save. I'm okay.
Now for the rest, we have another 5 bolt pistols coming your way.
Right, no negative modifiers in between. 2 hit. Or 2 miss, sorry.
Yeah, I can't re-roll him because the Lord's only 1s, and he is actually within range.
Oh, there's a wound though, veterans.
Yep.
And it mattered. Hey,
Cool.
Let's bring the middle guy, I think, down to 2 wounds.
So that's it for that. I'm gonna go ahead and charge you. I'll start with the Berserkers.
Ooh. Well, they have no Overwatch, so bring it on.
So for the first unit of Berserkers going in, I can re-roll this if I wish.
But you don't
I
need to.
don't need to, so they are in. So we'll go like that.
Hello. Hey, goodbye, scarabs. But, well, whatever.
I'll
Maybe
charge
one
with
will
the second unit. Let's see if I can get in there.
Oh, yeah.
And I do. Wow.
Yikes. Bring it on.
That's what we want.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okie dokie. Okie dokie, Berserkers.
So this unit of Berserkers is going to go over on this side because when I go to pile in with them, I'm going to move and closer to the Scarabs. However, I am going to pull in your destroyers. Yes, they'll be able to attack me. I won't be able to attack them. However, should I survive, which I'm guessing I will, you're only strength 4, 2 attacks each.
Yeah.
Then you won't be able to shoot me on your turn.
It sounds good. That's actually utilizing the 11-inch charge well, forcing them to fall back. Though I think they were going to be in that position anyways, but they could fail a charge.
These guys could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess they're up next.
Are you going to Overwatch?
Are you charging my destroyers?
I am.
Then I will Overwatch indeed, for 1 command point.
All right.
Hitting on 6s, rerolling 1s. And I'm not able to use extermination protocols here because that's only in the shooting phase. I got some hits here. I would like to see that go to either phase though, including Score Pack destroyers. Not that any of those rerolls really matter. These wound on 3s. 2 wounding hits at -3.
And success.
Oh, you actually saved 1. Not that it matters. I'm just curious. You know, new Marines getting 2 wounds each. Bam, down he goes.
And rolling their charge.
Is it 11 as well?
Wow.
Bring it on.
Okay.
Bring it on.
And this is a corn kind of day. That's what we wanted.
Yes, sir. Not so bad. Not so bad. So they're nice and in combat. Now, that's it for charges. Where would you like to fight first?
Actually, 1 second.
Ooh.
Before I finish their charge move.
Oh, you want to make sure he's within 6 of the Chaos Lord?
Yeah.
So yeah, sacrificing the 1 to reroll on the other 5. Are we fighting with the Berserkers first or them first?
I am fighting with... I'll go with the Berserkers first. Ooh. Oh, wait, hold on. No. It's better to do that, because there's actually a chance that you can interrupt and then, like, hurt me.
Both are... There's... so they have a rule where... when they pile in, one of them actually just explodes and does D3 mortal wounds.
Yeah.
So it will kill D3 Berserkers off.
I appreciate you telling me that.
Yeah.
I don't like gotcha moments, so thank you for that.
Or, I mean, they're not bad in combat either. They have a lot of attacks each.
But D3 mortal wounds, you can take out my whole unit.
I can take up to 3.
Up to 3.
There's only 4 there.
Fail
right?
my morale and then I'm dead.
It's true. So there's that I could do. That costs 3 command points, though. It's a combo of 2 different stratagems. And over here, they do have a lot of attacks. 2, 4, 6. Probably about 10 to 12 attacks based on how well I'm able to pile in. Hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s, wounding on 4s, no AP. So up to you. I don't know. They're both kind of scary. I would probably interrupt, though. Either way, whichever one you do. And I think it might amount to something. I don't know.
You know what? I'm going to go first with the Berserkers.
Okie dokie.
Because these guys, in the very least, I'll be able to pile in, and then I'm assuming I'm going to kill you.
Right.
And then I'll consolidate behind that dense cover so that at least that won't get free shots on it.
Right. I think going with the Berserkers is the better call here because you going first with them makes me not want to interrupt with them. If you went first with them, I would have interrupted over here.
Exactly.
I don't think they have the hitting power to kill too many of them off.
Right, and
so
it's not worth that amount of command points. The waste,
exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
You want to start with 6 in this incursion, so
I would have only interrupted over here. So yeah, by all means.
Okay.
Bring it on. I hope one of them survives with like a wound. That'd be ideal.
So starting with the 10 power fist attacks on the one dude.
Okay, so this is if
Do you plan on interrupting?
If you don't kill all of them off in the first volley, I would probably interrupt.
That's true. Yeah, I got to split them up.
So 5 power fist attacks because of World Eaters and Hateful Assault hitting on 4s. I am not that they can get Death of the False Emperor yet. I expect with the new codex that will hopefully say unmodified 6s are Death of the False Emperor.
What's your toughness?
Oh, like 3. You wound me on 2s.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that is 3 wounding hits, no save, so 1 at a time, D3 damage. So that's 2, 4. They have 4 wounds each. You've killed 1.
Oh, they do. Okay.
That's 2. So you've killed. We're gonna say I pull that one, and then that one's got 2 wounds left.
Okay.
And then we do the rest of the. Is it the squad attacking?
Yep.
Okay. And then we just do the chain axe, or he can do his chain sword, and then the rest of the chain swords if you wanted to.
Okay, sure. We'll do
and
chain
then the
swords.
chain axes. Yeah. You're supposed to do it like in that weird order. Yeah.
All right, chain swords. Hitting on 3s here.
And wounding on 3s. 2 more wounds. I have a 6-up armor save. I wouldn't get that soon, assuming they get to start these chain swords.
So 1 more dies.
1 more dies. I have 2 remaining, and then axes.
Yep. 12 axe attacks now, hitting on 3s. Ooh, very nice. Wow, look, jeez.
Ooh, nice roll.
Wounding on 2s now.
Yeah, and no save. That gets them. That should get them. 1, 2. Yeah, you got them. Clean, dead to rights. Boom, boom. I still, if I had 1 left, I probably would have tried to do the suicide bomb.
And
can I get him? Yes.
yeah, if it's all right, I wanted to pile in.
And then yeah, just you can go tuck in that tree there. I know what you want to do.
Okay. And then I'll consolidate.
Yeah, just getting like millimeters closer to this guy while doing so. And then hiding behind the dense cover as much as they can, which will be fully.
I'm going to spend a command point on Wild Fury. What that does is it gives me an extra AP for my melee weapons, which is great because you're armor 3, right?
Right. Now they're starting to chain swords.
Now they are, yes. I'll also spend another command point for veterans because why not? I'll be wounding you in 4s instead of the 5s that I would need. And I'm rolling here. Hitting you on 3s, re-rolling 1s because my Chaos Lord nearby.
Hitting on
Get
3s.
some 1s here. Let's see what we got.
Is it worth it? In the end, I think so, yes.
Yeah, an extra 3. Wounding on 4s.
Yep.
That looks pretty decent. I'll accept this. 8.
And Dave is down to 4 command points because that, I have a 4-up save. And the AP helps kill 1 more guy. So I lose the 2 wounded guy.
Yep.
And then you do kill 1 because you put the AP on him. Nice. So I lose 2. So we're going to lose the guy in the middle because he was wounded.
And then I'll pile in these berserkers because they did charge after all.
Right, but they have no target to fight.
No, because I didn't declare you. But I will tuck behind this.
No one expects the 11-inch charge.
Yeah, that's kind of wonderful.
All right, so I get to fight now with these destroyers because they survived. We're gonna pile you in.
Actually, I gotta do this.
Gonna get closer to that guy by piling in there. And I don't know if I can make this work, but you're gonna get within half an inch. You, my friend, are not attacking. So I get 3 of them attacking for 6 attacks. These hit on 3s, reroll 1s for hardwired hatred. It does help. And then these wound on 4s. That's 4 wounding hits. No AP though.
3 up.
Kills
One
1.
dice.
Now imagine if they had 2 wounds each.
Imagine. So, this guy here.
Kill the guy near the Lord already. That will conclude the fight phase, bring us to the morale phase, where neither of us have any morale to do, because you wiped them out.
Yes.
And then leadership 10, so I can't fail by losing 2. So that's going to bring us to scoring, and Dave did kill the one thing, the Scarabs. That's grind them down,
tied.
neutered out there, neutraled out. Neither of us get it. Did you get, what was your other secondaries?
Well, it's Linebreaker, the Mission 1, and Grind Them Down. So.
Right, okay, so not getting any of those, so...
Not yet.
Moving on with a score of 0-0 so far, realizing that on my first turn, I probably could have done the mission secondary, and I think you might have been able to as well, but you moved him to hide him better. Now I can't see him where he was before I could have seen him. So you can start working on the mission secondary later on. It's just, we're definitely not going to be able to accomplish the mission secondary as well as we thought we were going to be able to. Yikes. Well, I got to roll from reanimation protocols first. I'm missing 2 destroyers, and they are near Cryptek, so they get +1 to their roll, looking for 4 pluses. We make 1 and we fail 1, so 1 destroyer is going to come back with full wounds. I guess reanimate you right back kind of where you were. Yeah, which makes the most sense, you know, when you think about it. You know, now we're into the actual command phase, where I'm going to get a command point. I'm going to go back up to 6. My will be done time. He's going to tell the Doomsday Arc, you know, you get +1 to hit, and then we're going to do the Pharaoh's Will on these Necron warriors, giving them +1 to hit as well. That's going to cost me a command point, bring me down to 5. And then at the end of my command phase, we are going to gain 5 victory points because we only control 1 objective right now. We got to push the Khorne forces back. And that's going to bring us on to movement, where I think I'm going to stay still with most of this stuff. The Berserkers are going to come in and wreak havoc, so I think I'm going to move over more in this direction and kind of keep them there. But no, they got to go over this way too. So they're going to fall back over in this groove because I don't feel like them getting charged by Berserkers. I need them to carry me. They're going to end up over there, away from all this nonsense. This Cryptek, I could advance him. I think I'm actually just going to move him his 5 into that little nook there. And he's going to have just some line of sight to fire a Staff of Light if need be. I'm going to move this Overlord up a wee bit. These Necron warriors are going to move. They have increased movement speed because they are near my Overlord. They're going to move right on up here. I think they're probably going to die, but they're going to try to distract the Berserkers over here. Or attempt to, in a way. They're going to move there, just taking up this gap. My goal here with them is to have these guys shoot at those Berserkers and these guys back here shoot at them, and then him take out that squad and try and take out that whole real, like, instant threat in my face kind of nonsense. And we are moving up these Necron warriors a little bit just so they can all rapid fire into the Raptors in front of me. Just a little bit. And we're obviously not going to do the action for 1 victory point for push forward on my own objective. It's a little bit more valuable.
You're going to forego that 1 victory point?
Just so I can actually shoot them and move them, yes.
Hey, the game it might come down to 1 victory point. You might regret it.
If it does, I'll have you know, I will regret that. I will regret that heavily. All right, so they're all rapid firing now. We are going to start off this shooting phase with Doomsday Cannon, firing everything into that squad of, ooh, you know what? No, I should probably play it a little bit safer. These guys are going to fire at that squad of Berserkers there. It's going to be 20 shots because the rapid fire 1. 20 shots hitting on 2s because of my will be done. No re-rolling. A couple misses.
Only 2.
Only 2. And now a couple of these Berserkers will have cover in the back. 4s to wound. Strength 4 weapon.
Oh, wow.
I'll be honest, I'm not surprised this happens all the time.
Oh my goodness.
It is all the time with these guys. Only 4 wounding hits, but an AP 1.
Starting with the guy that has cover, so you're AP 1, so 3 up safe.
Yep. He's okay. The cover helps him. And, oh, got him. All right.
I'm going to re-roll that.
Sure. Command point reroll. Oh, he made it. Cover helped. And that
Wow.
was on. That's on the champion and the non-champion too. So
Yeah.
it'd be that guy there. Well, in the back here is going to rapid fire 20 shots into them, but they will not have cover. Hitting on 3s. They did not have my will be done. Like, I can hit like no one's business with these guns, but I just cannot wound for whatever reason. At least in my last like 3 or 4 games played with them. The Warriors are just failing me horribly. Forced to wound. That's closer to average there.
That's better.
There you go.
That is better than average, actually.
That is slightly better than average. It's 7, yeah.
Good 10.
It's a couple more above, yeah. 10 wounds, -1.
4 ups for me.
Yes, sir. And that is 1, 2, only 3, 4 dead. I do kill 4 of them. That
One
leaves
left.
1 left, probably the champion in the middle there, I assume.
Yeah. It's either going to be my champion or my flamer.
Ooh. Well, I'll let you figure that out. So we are going to keep the champion. We're going to have the Staff of Light fire into him now. 3 shots. 3s to hit. And 3s to wound, strength 5. 1 wound at AP2. Yeah.
And that's a 5+.
He's good.
Oh, man.
And then we're going to the Doomsday Cannon, who's going to fire. Well, that one squad stuck around quite a bit, eh? That's quite unfortunate. So we're going to put. I'm going to put the Doomsday Cannon into the squad over there, the fresh squad, and all the Gauss guns into that squad.
You're going to split fire?
I am going to split fire. It's a risky one, kind of unnecessary, but I would like to kill off that squad that took some hits. So, first of all, we'll start with the Doomsday Cannon at the back squad there that I can see that one guy. D6 shots. I'll keep the 5. I am -1 to hit, but I'm currently +1 to hit, so 3s. I'll keep all that. And then these are 2s to kill. That kills 3 of them. So these are AP5, so even with a 2-up save, it goes through their armor.
I see.
I'm going to command point that so that it does kill all 4 of them.
Oh, man.
4 berserkers. And that's going to bring me down to 4 command points and then the 20 Gauss shots into those 4. 3s to hit because of the +1 and -1. And these are pretty much the same weapons as the warrior weapons. So -1, strength 4. Average roll. And then followed by another average-ish roll. All right. So it should have been about 7 wounds. We got 7 wounds. Yeah, there you go. 7 3+. Because they are in cover.
Two.
2 do go down. So it's 2 remaining berserkers over here.
Whoops.
Leaving just the champion and the icon of wrath.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fire the tachyon arrow at them. I'm just going to opt to not shoot anymore. We're going to go on to charging. And these guys are going to go ahead and charge. I'll show you how to fight. Well, hopefully. I mean, these guys are kind of bad. I assume you don't want to overwatch.
No.
Bam. 7. Ending like that. Using that 7-inch charge to daisy chain some of them towards that objective to try and deny Dave getting extra points over top of me there. And try and even out the points in the game. Now, it's a little bit of a gamble because I'm exposing this area over here. Hopefully the berserkers don't make it in too far into these guys. Hopefully the tree protects. And hopefully I kill him off. It's very important. Now I'm going to see about piling in. I do have to remain coherent of 2 models per model because of my unit size. That's my only charge, by the way. Okay, we got 2 models on the objective after piling in, all coherent, and we have 7 attacks. Can I get more? Yeah, we'll get 8 attacks onto the Raptor with the Necron Warriors. Now, granted, they are hitting on 2s because of my will be done. So there's that. 2s to hit because of my will be done. No re-rolling. And 4s to wound. 4. No AP.
3 up.
Ooh.
Do I spend a command point on this to mess you up?
Well, that means I kill... How many units? I kill 2 units. If I kill him, I kill 2 units, yeah. That's up to you. What do you have left? You have 3 remaining command points.
So I have thought about it. I am going to spend a command point to try to keep him alive.
There is a chance he could run away in morale, though, still.
Oh.
It's only a 5 up, I
Hold
believe.
on. That's a good point, Luka.
Yeah. So there's the command point reroll here for him to maybe just run away.
I'm just going to let him die.
He's going to go down.
Hold on. If I do that, then you consolidate farther away from me, and it's harder for my berserkers to get in as well.
Yeah, there's always that to consider, because when they consolidate towards these berserkers over here. Gets them up the field a little bit more. There's a lot of things to consider.
Yeah, here, let me figure this out. So I will spend a command point, because if not, you have a chance of consolidating that way, making it much harder for my berserkers to disembark there and actually charge you. So I need a 3+. Yes.
And you're good. He sticks around. All right, he gets to fight back. Well, it's actually just him fighting back, because nothing else is engaged.
Correct. So hitting you on 3s.
Yeah, he gets
1 chainsword, and then I charged him. Yeah. And then these are wounding on 4s. 1. All right. 4 up. You do kill 1. It's going to be the same difference even if I kill him. I'm just going to kill him anyways. Everyone's still coherent of 2 models. And yeah. And after that, that brings us to morale. I don't have any, but he does. He lost 4 this turn due to shooting.
Let's see what I get.
5 up. Oh, he sticks around. Very nice.
Nice.
Okay, that's ideal for you because now you can use him later on in the game too. And for scoring purposes, I've killed, unfortunately, only 1 unit. So not that that matters yet. And I definitely don't have engaged on all fronts either. This is going to be a super low scoring game. Ah, man, these secondaries. Please, they gotta go.
Command phase for me, turn 2. I get my command point for a total of 3, and back up to 3 now. I score 10 victory points because I'm on 2 objectives. This right here, and then also back here to the Hellbrute, because you chose not to fire at him, because a lot wasn't actually in line of sight. Plus you had to deal with the threats right in front of your face.
Yeah.
So there is that as well.
And then we both have 2 troop models on that objective, so it's just contested at the moment.
Good thing you did that though, I would have been 15.
Yes, that was the main reason I did that.
Yeah, good thing you got that 7-inch charge.
Right. I think it was an 8-inch charge because I get +1 to my charges, but
was it?
I only needed the 7.
Now onto the movement phase. I'm gonna fall back my Raptor.
Is he outie?
He's outie. He's gonna go over here. Check this out, Luka. You're gonna like that.
Boom, right on the objective.
Yep.
So he can be useful later on. Actually, you just hang out there for the rest of the game
Good.
and just hang out on that objective, and then everything else is kind of free to push forward still. Is he gonna do the mission secondary and try and gain you 1 point?
It's at the end of the movement phase, isn't it?
Start of the movement phase, technically, before he moves.
Then, well,
Yes.
Oh, this guy you mean?
Yeah, that guy there.
Ah,
For one whole point?
one? I mean, he's not gonna do anything. Is he gonna move up?
Yeah, I mean, 1 point's a point, right?
Ah, that's what I said to you before, and you said, no, I'm gonna shoot you.
Well, it was a little bit better for them to shoot. They killed 4 dudes. It was important.
Whereas I'm gonna kill no one because I'm pure close combat.
Right, imagine if the Marines had the 2 wounds that they're gonna get, that would have only killed 2 guys. A world of difference, but these guys are gonna be much better too with the Codex, so
Indeed.
it's a different game completely.
So for my Hellbrute, I will move him back here.
Stay within 3 of the objective.
Yep.
So you're not gonna opt to do the push forward secondary. You're just gonna hide a little bit more.
Yeah, he's gonna, well, it still is an objective. I still have to protect it and score it and whatever.
Right, this guy could just get like 1 pretty clean, easy shot on him. But I can't right now. I have to actually move him and give up my high power shot.
And now this Rhino over here, well, actually, I'm gonna declare that this will do forward push.
Right, we kind of forgot this one could do it.
The reason why is because of this location of this objective, according to where I am, I get 2 victory points for this instead of the 1 that I would have for the Hellbrute.
Right.
And so it was worth it to not actually do
If
it
anyone's
with Hellbrute.
curious, if Dave does it to that one, it's worth 1. 2 if he does it to that one. 4 if he does it to that one, and 8 if he's able to do it to this one. Now, because
For you, it's the opposite.
Exactly. 1, 2, 4, 8. For me, respectively.
Yep.
Respectively? Well, yeah.
Respectively.
Respectively. Now, if I could do it on turn 4 or 5, that would be ideal, but I have to make my way over there.
Good luck. My Chaos Lord will move here. Hello. So after much contemplation, I've decided to disembark my Chosen. The reason why is because I want to weaken your unit here in the middle, because I only have 2 Berserkers over here and the Chaos Lord. And as awesome as they are in combat, you have a lot of guys there still.
10 dudes, yeah.
It is 10 dudes, right? So if I can kill 2, maybe 3 in the shooting phase.
I could lighten them up a little bit. Enough to take them out, right?
Yeah, exactly. And so that's the idea. So I will do that. And I'm going to move these Berserkers over here.
Right. Gonna move over there.
Outside of an inch of view.
Right, because if they came over here and charged and tied up these guys, there's a chance that this guy could have just lit them up and then freed both of their shooting up to shoot in this direction, or I could have just killed them in Overwatch.
Exactly. So there's too much shots coming from you for me to gamble doing that, so I'm just going to go for the safe bet.
And then the Berserkers also disembarked over here. I don't know if we said that earlier or not.
We didn't. They did disembark.
So we have a 6-inch charge into them, and it's a 7-inch charge into them.
Correct.
Based on whatever you decide to do.
Right. Start with the Chaos Lord. I'm going to shoot with a plasma pistol. I'll supercharge it. Why not?
Wound on a 2.
Hitting on a 2. That's a hit. And wounding on a 2.
That's a wound. Now I do have the Chronometron, so they have a 5-up invulnerable save against that. 5-up! Nope.
Berserker right there will throw a crack grenade. That's a miss.
Okay, that's a miss. And then we have, they don't have bolt pistols, that's right. No. And we have Chosen. What are they up to?
They are going to shoot their Miltas into, there is also, because they're commie belt Miltas, So I could throw
Oh, everything.
everything. I'll do it all. That's combi flamer as well, so I'll just do the rapid fire on that. So I'll start with the bolter. No, I'll start with the meltas because they're...
Sure, yeah. Everything's negative on a hit, but it's 10 bolt shots in addition to 4 melta shots.
Exactly. I'll start with the meltas. Hitting on 4s.
Oh, no misses. Nice.
Awesome.
2s to wound. Now this would be normally 2s to kill, but I do have the Chronometron. Let's see if that little upgrade helps allow us to drop down. So I'm going to reroll one of these. Oh, never mind. That's 2 saves so far. 2 saves. 1 does die. And oh, nope. That's the Chronometron one. That's you, I suppose.
10 bolt gun shots hitting on 4s.
These are all free. Even if one hits, it's super worth because all the melta guns hit.
And on 4s. 1.
1. Hey, it's, like I said, free. Well, doesn't kill a guy though.
Okay.
Well worth it, the attempt.
Actually, no, I'm going to charge here. With
Smart.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, in case you choose Overwatch.
I would have 100%. If they charged in first, I would have overwatched.
So, just your, what are they, warriors?
Warriors, yeah, I'm not going to overwatch against him.
Okay. And
That's
4.
4, yeah.
That's enough.
It was actually a 4-inch charge. I think exactly, like, it's like over 3.
It was over, yeah.
So you needed a 4. Anything less would have failed.
So I'm going to go there so I can pile in that way.
Into the boys.
Scratch that, and I'm going to go this direction because of Ghost Arc. Why give you a free shot should my berserkers die?
Yeah, he'd have no Luka, sir.
Speaking of berserkers, they're charging in.
And they get to reroll. They don't need it though.
8 corns.
Nice. In they go. That is how they are going to end up.
On this side, this unit. You're actually, it might be equal now.
That's about a 7-ish.
Yeah, so it's, they will declare this unit in the back holding that objective. If I can actually kill you off of both objectives, that is huge.
Yeah, that puts you in a big upswing. You're all really exposed everywhere against my heavy shooting, but if you can take out my troops, it's a good start. I'm not going to overwatch because I only really, if I'm lucky, I kill 1 berserker.
Needing a 7.
Oh, but that's a reroll because I got the Icon of Wrath upgrade on them. Good
10.
enough. 10, very nice. Scary for a moment there. That is how they charge there.
Oh, yes.
Pretty good stuff.
Yeah, I'm thinking, where could you interrupt and where would it be the most hurting? I would say over here. So since that's the case, I will go first with my berserkers over there.
All right, the 2 berserkers swinging first.
I'm going to go first with my Chaos Lord because he's really excited to be in combat. I'll spend a command point on veterans to improve my wound roll, so it'll make it so I wound you on it too. And I'll also spend another command point on Wild Fury to improve his AP of his Berserker Glaive, which is a -3 now, which means it goes straight through your armor. So he has 6 attacks on the charge, and he'll be hitting you on 2s. That's all hits.
No need for rerolls and 2s to wound.
2s to wound.
Any 1s? 1-1. 5 wounding hits, no save. That's just 5 dead guys.
Awesome.
We have the Juggernaut too. Might as well throw his attacks in.
3 attacks with him. Nice. And also wounding on 2s because it's strength 5. All wounds.
Are they AP 1 or 2 now?
It's AP 1, so it's AP 2 now.
6. Nada. So that's a total of 8 dead. He clears them out, and that evens it up or grind them down. So if you can kill 1 more of my units, you'll actually get 3 points for that instead of me.
Awesome. Consolidating with him.
Right up to the wall.
Oh, yes. Here, let's go this way. So actually,
Very nice.
going with these berserkers now, they're going to attack.
Oh boy. I think I'm going to spend 2 command points here because I can't keep losing troops, and 5 of the berserkers is going to be a lot of attacks. If I can kill even a couple of the berserkers off, that alleviates a ton of the attacks, even though the power fist, if it rolls well enough, could just kill them all off, no problem on its own. We are probably going to go out of range of the Cryptek by doing so, but I want to get more attacks on them. So we're going to interrupt over here, and because the tree is defensible, a defensible object in this case, well, it's like area terrain obstacle. It's an obstacle that we can move through. It's breachable, just because of the nature of that piece of terrain. I could have used that for Overwatch, I know, but it's still the math wasn't that great, so it's, I think, better in this regard. So 2 command points, I'll go down to 4. We're going to go ahead and pile in closer to that guy, bring some of these guys in combat. You're kind of stuck there. You're going to, you'll come in here, and then you'll come there, go there, you'll go there, and I'm missing these 3 guys attacking. In fact, I will keep that 1 guy there just in case.
Might as well.
But I think I'm going to end up pulling from that direction as they die.
Right.
7 guys attacking, a +1 to hit because I'm going to hold fast or hold steady instead of the better Overwatch. 2s. I don't want to see 1s. 4s to wound. Yikes.
Oh, Luka.
Ooh, 2 command points out the window.
Oh.
Well, my friend, it is all you. Clean them up.
I will combine all the attacks.
Yeah, because I can't interrupt anymore, so you might as well.
10 power fist attacks on 4s. And 2s to wound.
2s to kill.
2s to kill.
That kills off 7 so far. You might as well attack with the rest of the guys.
All right,
But
45.
with all the attacks in there, I'm just going to go ahead and pull them. The champion was the one that mattered the most. With 32 attacks coming up with the axes and then 5 more attacks with the chainswords, yeah, they're dead. With only a 4-up save, nope. So they consolidate a wee bit, hide behind the trees except for the one model.
So for this unit of berserkers over here, they still need to activate. I'm going to...
Yeah, because they have blood for the blood god, they get to pile in and consolidate twice.
Yeah. So they're going to tie up your destroyers.
Right, but in doing so, I'll be able to attack back.
That's fine.
Yeah, you're just hoping that I don't roll well enough to kill them off?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fair. It's a good gamble, because if you do so, then they are not free to move and shoot, because the fly doesn't work that way anymore. That's why Necrons absolutely need Royal Wardens in their list. It's just, I'm kind of tired of bringing well, I just didn't have the points for them, I'll be honest. Boop, boop, and boop, bringing them both in. And then that means they're eligible to attack. So I will do so by piling in. That way, you're gonna come over that way. And I'm gonna see if that guy can get in there. Only getting 3 of them in. And then they're just gonna continue piling in over this way. So that's gonna be 6 attacks into the berserkers. 3s to hit. We have a 2. And then these are 4s to wound. Ah, nice, good job. I needed to kill both of them off, so only one can die, not that bad. Ah, even better. They are in it to win it, so I'll be falling back with them and not shooting. Yikes. Now we'll go to morale, which there is none. So right on to victory points, where you get grind them down because you killed 2 of my units.
I do.
And I only killed 1 of yours. And this is only 1 unit for line breaker. You need 1 more back here.
I do.
Other than that, though, I think that's all she wrote. Yeah. Just 3, it's, like I said, low scoring game for both of us. Though if they can stick around, if I don't kill them off, that's 8 victory points for Dave right there. So I have to deal with them, which I should be able to do. I mean, albeit I won't have them to work with, but the rest will be no problem. Start my turn off with Reanimation Protocol. We do get 1 more back, so we're back to a full squad of them. Also forgot to note that Dave does get 2 victory points for forward push. The action does complete at the end of his turn.
Yes, I do.
So not bad there, an extra 2 points. Now that I get that reanimation protocol done, that's all I'm really doing there. So we're gonna go into my command phase where I gain a command point up to 3. And then my will be done is gonna go on a couple of things here. First of all, on the Doomsday Arc to give that +1 to hit, we're still within 6. And I don't think I need to do it on another target because he already hits on 2s and he has no negative hit modifiers anywhere that I know of. I'm gonna conserve the command point because these guys aren't able to shoot. And I need them to start going deeper into territory, and I have to deal with him right there. So into movement, keeping this still because it's got good shots over in this direction if I need it. They've got to die, absolutely, without a doubt. Also to note, I get no victory points for the primary objective because they made their charge and I lost my warriors over there. What would have been the best case scenario for me is if when he went in and didn't kill, I needed him to not kill all 7 of my, or 8 of my warriors off, or however many. He killed the whole unit. I needed 1 warrior left so that I could have tied them up over there. They would have been free just to move forward, shoot everything over here. The Doomsday Arc could have shot everything over there. It would have been great. But now, I'm struggling. So they're going to fall back. They're falling back in that direction. So they're ending up over there. Imagine if these guys could fall back and shoot still. Wild. He's gonna have to deal with the Lord because he can hit like a truck.
Lord on Lord?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to have Lord. Hopefully Tachyon Arrow will help a little bit there, but it's a little iffy on a weapon, so you never really know what that's capable of. He's gonna go 6 to there because he gets that extra movement. Honestly, with the Cryptech, no idea what his life is about right now. He's kind of done, right? He doesn't have any infantry to support anymore. He does have a Staff of Light, which could be kind of cool. Ah, man, I think I'm going to utilize him for back here. Yeah. I have to advance him to get him on that objective, though. Luckily, the Staff of Light is a assault weapon, so he's going to go there.
It's an insurance policy?
And just in case, if I do kill them all off, I'll have this objective for next.
Oh, I see.
He's going to move there. This is staying still. They've moved. We're right on to shooting, where we're going to start with we'll start with the Doomsday Arc. He's going to fire 1 Flux Array at them for 10 shots. And then we're going to do the other Flux Array into them with the Doomsday Cannon. So it's only 5 shots over here, though, because not in rapid fire range. But we'll start with the 10 shots into them. 3s! Sorry, 2s, because my will be done it. And then 4s to wound them. 3 4 wounding hits. Average, nice. AP 1 into them. Got him.
Unless I
You could command point. It's a 4 up, and that's your 1 command point.
if I do that, that would mess you up, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Well, it depends if you kill the champion or not, because that guy's going to be on the objective. So in the end, I think I'm killing the champion no matter what, which I'm okay with.
Ooh. And it's 4 up, so it's 50-50.
50-50. And if you don't make it, then that's okay for me too, I think.
I think it's the difference between 5 victory points or not.
So you're going to do it?
Yeah, because nothing else... Actually, wait, do you have anything else in range that could shoot?
Oh, well, the only thing left firing is him and him. But he could shoot backwards.
You could. And if you do, you're not going that way.
Right. I'm hoping the Doomsday Cannon rolls hot again and just takes them out. With some help from the Flux Arc.
Yeah. Well, you would shoot that way and you're -1 to hit because you're going through the tree.
He's already -1 to hit for advancing, so it wouldn't matter, yeah.
I only have 1 command point left.
This gun's strength 5 -2 AP. You know what, scratch that? He's actually not in range to fire at them. It's close though, but he's not in range.
He's not in range.
Nope, he's only in range to fire at them or the Chosen.
Okay.
Man point reroll! A-okay, 1 guy dies. Champion. Yikes, bad for me. Bad news for me. Now the other 5 shots. I'll do the Doomsday Cannon first into them.
Yeah, because you'll probably finish them off.
Hopefully. D6 shots. I'll keep the 4. I'm so bad. Here's the hypothetical reroll. Okay, good. All right, so we have 4 shots, though I have to do these one at a time because the first one is not -1 to hit. The rest are -1 to hit.
Yeah.
Assuming Dave pulls that guy, which he obviously will.
I will.
So 2 to hit and 2 to kill.
Oh my goodness.
I'll command point it. There we go. So I need to kill. They need to die. So he's dead, and then the rest are hitting on 3s. And the rest hit on 3s. Ah, yikes! There's a miss. That's not good. 2s to kill though. 2 more dead.
So, I will keep my champion alive.
Champion's right here.
So these 2 have to die then.
And keep the icon over there.
Yeah, he's got a little
sticky
blue
tag on.
That's
5 shots with the Gauss, hitting on 3s. The 1s miss. Forced to wound. 3 wounds at AP 1. They have cover though. So
hitting on 4s, yeah.
Yeah, they're hitting on 4. I rolled no 3s. They're just 4s to hit. Sorry, they hit on 2s down to 3s. That's why the 3s hit.
Okay. And 3 ups.
I kill 1.
1 more.
So that's the champion left alive. Okay.
Yep.
Not bad. And then the Staff of Light's going to go into him. 4s to hit.
Oh.
Oh, 3 to wound. I've already used my reroll. All right. He's got cover, though, so it's AP 2, so he's got a 4-up save.
And here it is.
Did we get him? Not today. The Tachyon arrow into the Chaos Lord, because I don't have a line of sight on that Berserker over here, per se. So 1 shot into your Chaos Lord. No reroll. We hit. We wound.
4. Invuln save, 4+.
You're good. No problem. Charging. Just him. No Overwatch. We make it.
Nice.
Ooh, a 9. I guess I'll try to utilize that to go around to the other side at least. And then I think we're gonna charge the Doomsday Arc into him. I don't know. I had to like. I'm that desperate. Like these guys are so worthless now. The second they're touched, they actually got way worse. The Necrons in general got way worse with the new. At least in my opinion, they got way worse. So this is a struggle. Charging him, no Overwatch. 4. Yikes, that's a fail. That is a 5er. So we got that one guy denying me. That reroll was perfect. Can't charge over here because I advanced. So the only fight we have is this one. And nice. I can't even really kill that Lord with the attacks I have. 2s to hit. There's that 1 that's always there. And then 2 wounds, and you have 4-up invulnerable saves.
What's your damage on this?
D3. You can't really kill him. He's probably got like 7 wounds. You make 1 save, it's D3 damage. 3 damage. 3 wounds remaining. Could have killed him. But of course I did not.
And now we attack back.
Yes, sir. And you get all the attacks minus the 1 for being a world
So I
leader.
get 5.
Yeah.
Hitting you on 2s. Rerolling the 1s.
Yes.
And wounding.
I'm T5.
T5?
Yep.
So I wound you on 3s then.
Yes. All but 2. And that's invulnerable saves. I will make 2 fail. It's 2 damage.
2 damage.
So he's down to 3. Down to 3. That was an outstandingly bad third turn. I accomplished effectively nothing. This guy does owe me a morale check, I suppose.
Yes, he does.
We did kill 4, so he could run away on a 5. Something? No, nothing. Please. Something! Alright, he sticks around. What do I got going on here for victory points? Nothing. 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 Yikes. As we go into turn 4, where they have to get themselves into a better position. At the end of my turn, we're going on turn 3 for the World Eaters.
So command phase, we are at 1 command point, and we actually get 15 victory points because we have 4 objectives technically, but we just need 3 to get the 15.
Because I've got zilch.
And you know, here's the thing, Luka. This is really hard for me as a Khorne player. This is worth 8 victory points right now. Should I do the secondary, forego everything?
Oh, but he wants to kill him real bad.
Oh, so bad.
He's got, on a 4-up at the start of the fight phase, he takes a mortal wound and dies, so.
Okay,
yeah.
Well, I guess there is that, right?
Yeah.
So he's gonna die anyway, is what you're saying?
No. Like, if you charge me, there's on a 4-up chance he's dead before he fights.
Right.
So you're better off just getting the 8 victory points.
Yeah.
I mean, he works so hard to survive. Same with that guy. They should get their points for it.
And this one too, like, it's actually in my best interest to stay there and do nothing and deny you more victory points.
Absolutely.
Right,
Don't
but-
even test the Overwatch.
Oh, right, but I want to charge you so badly.
Well, I mean, that'd be an Overwatch. I'd probably kill an Overwatch.
Yeah. Well, the thing, yeah.
Yeah.
On my turn, you haven't killed anything on your turn.
Nope.
Which means that if I kill 1 unit, which I may do with my Lord should I survive your attacks, because you actually get to go first, because you charge in your turn. So there's that. If you don't kill me, I'm pretty sure I'll kill you. I do get to shoot you in the shooting phase, but that's not going to kill you. Right here, what I want to do is protect my Chosen, and by doing that, I'm going to put him back inside the Rhino and then move my Rhino forward, advance my Rhino, in fact, so that I'm also on this objective. So should you kill my Berserker, that is OBSEC, I still have 1 other unit there.
Yeah, because I have no troops here. So not a bad call. So they obviously they make it in no problem. We're going to advance the Rhino.
Yeah.
His D6, so he's going to move 12. Plus 3.
That's good.
Hello. Yeah, that's a good move. Just because if he does die for whatever reason, then... Oh, by the way, he's obviously doing the action at the beginning of the moon phase.
That is correct. He's going to get the 8 victory points.
That's 8 victory points handedly there. No problem at all.
And I'll shoot you now.
Right now, he's going to load up his plasma pistol, supercharge it.
Supercharge, oh yeah.
Yeah, there's no negatives here, so might as well. Hits.
And
3 to wound.
that's wound.
Invuln. Not good. We have 1 wound left. 1 wound remaining. Charging anywhere? I suppose not.
Nope. Hold on.
No charging. We're just right onto this fight over here. And I get to go first.
You do.
Maybe I can get him. 3 attacks. 2s. Oh, he didn't miss. 3s. 2 wounds.
4 up invuln.
Double good.
Made him.
See, I know I could have made one of those and no invulnerable saves allowed, but it never works for me. I always fail the wound with it. Yikes.
You know what?
What?
Did we roll for my 3 Juggernaut attacks last turn?
Maybe not. Go ahead and do that. Might as well do all your attacks now.
I would have had 3 wounds at the time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So here, this is for last
So
time.
reroll
the
one.
1.
They'll hit.
Wounding on 4s.
Yep. Yeah, he would have been fine.
1.
So he makes a save.
Okay, there you go. So that's last round.
Right. And then he gets to do all his attacks now. And if he kills them, that's an extra 3 victory points.
Yep. 4 attacks, because no one did any charging.
No fancy stuff going on.
No.
Strength 6, so still 3s to wound.
3
Got
wounds.
3 wounding hits. I will fail all of those. So I'm going to attempt resurrection protocols. On a 4-up, he comes back to life at the end of the phase with a wound. And then that will also... Jeez. With that, I will concede. I am done. I have had my fair share of this game. Now, what I do want to say is this is the first time I have tried to field the destroyers in 9th edition, and without a Royal Warden, absolute crap. They heavily relied on fly for their crutch. That was a crutch for them 100%. They, I would actually say, are a pretty crap unit without the Royal Warden.
Because you better believe I'm piling into them.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. You just have to touch. These are like, it's funny because I think of the Castellan robots, like they are kind of similar. It's just such an obnoxiously annoying unit to have to deal with when it comes to shooting, because they can just deny anyone from getting to your deployment zone, right? You stay out of my territory. That is what their guns do. That is their purpose. They're also pretty fast and all that good stuff. But the best way to deal with them last edition was almost to ignore them or fire your entire army into them, because if you charge them, well, they would just flutter out of combat and shoot all their Gauss cannons again, right?
Yeah.
Whereas like with the Castellan robots last edition, they were kind of the same role. They weren't as fast, but they had tons and tons and tons of effective shots, especially with character support nearby. But the best way to deal with the Castellan robots was just pile into you, right? And then they can't. Then they're just neutered. They're done. You just turned off like 600 points of the enemy's army. Now flip the additions. The Castellan robots are vehicles. They just shoot in combat with a -1 to hit, but you don't really care because you typically will have Cull nearby. And these guys, you just pile into them, and then they can't do anything. You actually need a Royal Warden for them to work.
Yeah.
Royal Wardens are like a mandatory thing for Necrons at this very point, and I would assume a lot of people agree with me. Even these, like they can at least free themselves up if they fire if they're getting charged by like little gribbly guys or like cultists or whatever. The Gauss guns will free them up no problem. But Royal Wardens are so mandatory for Necron forces, it is such a struggle to play them without them. Or you just go all close combat. That's the other option, but that's already kind of bad. Necrons are just in a rough spot. It's hard to play them, everyone. It is hard to play them. Oh, I apologize.
At the beginning of the game, when you shot me with your Doomsday,
It seems scary, right?
it's like, oh man, my Berserkers are way back here. I'm not going to be able to move them forward.
Right.
You nearly killed my Hellbrute. You should have killed my Hellbrute. You got unlucky with your wound rolls.
Well, I didn't do extermination protocols either. I was like saving my command points, but
Yeah.
I probably should have done it. I also should not have moved the Scarabs up as far as I did, but because I knew the Berserkers were going to charge them, and I had forgotten about the pile-in capability over there. But they rolled an 11 on their charge. That 11-inch charge was the game-winning charge.
You think so?
Oh, 100%.
For the Scarabs?
Yeah, when they charged the Scarabs, got the 11,
yeah.
and just piled into them, I'm like, I'm done. Because I'm like, I didn't say it at all, right? But I'm like, think I just lost the game. Because now, unless I can wipe out all the units nearby them, they're constantly going to get piled into by these guys over here. Like, another story was like him killing off all the warriors, allowing them to pile in twice, and then consolidate into my destroyers over here, tying them up yet again. So I only got one round of shooting out of them, and it did like 2 damage to that Hellbrute over there. It was like
Their threat, though. Like, they're a psychological threat.
yeah, exactly. But without the Royal Warden, all you have to do is just touch them. Touch them with the model. They're not good in combat, and then they are just kind of worthless. So I am not a huge fan of destroyers right now. I would, if I'm going to run them, I'm going to run 1 Royal Warden per squad of 6. So that artificially inflates their points cost by, I think, a Warden's 80 points. So instead of them being effectively 350 points, no, 330 points. They're 300 before. Yeah, I think they're 330 points. They're effectively a 410 point unit. With a Royal Warden who does have some good firepower, who's probably going to advance every turn, I don't know, it's not really worth it. But still something to consider. I needed to try them out in this edition, and boy am I just as disappointed as I thought I was going to be. Oh, sadness, sadness. I'm conceding because the points is just like, it's like wild.
It's becoming landslide, because like you don't get any points in your turn.
Right, I get 0 points on my turn.
And then on your turn, you're going to shoot what? Probably him.
Right, and then still, I have a Cryptek here, but the Rhino, it's a good move with the Rhino, because now I get no points again over here.
Right, and plus, even if you killed both, chosen on top, so on my turn, another 15 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I got this, and I don't think you'll be able to target that.
Right, it's
'Cause
just
you can't see me.
It's just the perfect storm of you living with single models everywhere.
Yeah.
That one guy lived.
Right.
That one guy lived. That one guy lived. And it's just, they're grief. They're all troops too, right?
Yeah.
Like, well, at least those guys are. They're just griefing me so hard. It's mentally exhausting dealing with that.
To be honest, it's I did not expect that.
Right. I'm actually,
No,
I'm completely
I'm surprised by
too.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to this game considering changing my list, but finding out how like worthless the destroyers are, didn't need to worry about it.
What's the range again of the guns?
On them, they effectively have a 34-inch range because they move 10 with fly, and they have 24-inch.
Okay, all right. I mean,
And they hit like trucks, right? With extermination protocols, they will do an insane amount of damage. But I never realized, I kind of did, how much of a crutch the old fly rule was for them. I'm, by the way, super happy they changed the fly rule. Hated it. Could not stand it.
I'm glad they changed that too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like for all I'm complaining, it is a crazy healthy change for the game. I am super happy. None of that stuff can do that again. You can tie up flying units. No one has to rely on them anymore. It's good. But man, the power swing that these guys went through is crazy. I kind of experienced it a little bit with the Tomb Blades because you don't want to run massive squads of guys anymore, massive squads of Tomb Blades or Destroyers, because if if they get charged, then they're not shooting next turn. But at the same time, they're Necrons, so you want to run massive squads, so the more that you kill, the more I get to reanimate.
Yep.
Yeah, so I don't know. Still trying to figure it. Necrons are in a really, really, really weird spot. I expect really good things for them when their 9th edition codex comes out in October. But until then, yikes. 3 of these guys, no problem, still super good. You could run 3 of them, no problem.
They are scary.
Yeah, and then I think I'd rather go for like small squads of Tomb Blades. That is your, if you're looking for a good Necron list, I can give you a recommendation. 3 of those and just minimum squads of Tomb Blades with a -1 to hit upgrade and just kind of whatever gun you feel. Like probably the Gauss Blasters though. And then you just keep them away from like any threats so they can't get charged. And if they get shot at, they get shot at. They're kind of hard to kill. But you just zip around the table, get engaged on all fronts. You sit on objectives. And then for your troops, I have no idea. I'll let you guys figure that out. It's kind of whatever your preferred style is. But that is a big win for Corn here.
Yeah.
Man.
For World Eaters, the strategy is obviously Berserkers. And small units of Berserkers with Power Fists and no bolt pistols. Don't do that. Give them the extra attacks.
Right. You don't want to do giant squads of 20. Like,
No.
they're just going to lose
Just
10,
die.
and then, like, the other one are going to run away. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, like little squads of 5 and rhinos. It's hard, like, for me, when I think of, like, armies like the Death Guard and them, I can't help but run squads of 8 and rhinos.
Yes.
But it's not, like, that's old school when you couldn't put 2 units in a rhino.
Right.
That made more sense when you can only ever put 1 unit in a rhino.
Yep.
So 8 Corn Berserker squads and 8 rhinos, that was always a super fun list.
Yes, that is fun. Just very fluffy.
But for effectiveness, you do want to do what Dave did. Minimum squads of 5, Power Fists, instead of rhinos. 2 squads per rhino.
Yep.
It keeps them nice and safe, and if you pop a rhino, well, then someone's shooting at like a 78-point model you don't really care about.
It's funny, like the Chosen didn't even do anything. They killed 1 guy.
Yeah, well, sometimes they don't, right? You pay a ton of points for them. Well, I mean, look at these guys. These guys, like, I guarantee you, they were much more expensive than the Chosen were. These guys are 330 points.
Yeah, it's more.
Yeah, and they didn't kill anything. In fact, they killed, I think they maybe killed 1 model in close combat, if that. Maybe they killed 1 Berserker.
Yeah, one, maybe 2.
And then they did 3 wounds to the Hellbrute, and that was it.
Wow. It's so funny because the entire game, I'm like, man, those guys are terrifying. I got to deal with those guys, but I can't deal with them because they can't die. They keep on coming back. What am I going to do? I don't know what I'm going to do.
Well, all you do now is...
The psychological game is just nuts.
Yeah, you have to have a Royal Warden. If I had a Royal Warden, he just tells them, fall back, shoot and charge, and then all your problems are solved. The Royal Warden, super mandatory.
So my Chaos Lord on Juggernaut, he was fun. Like, I never brought him before. I never brought the Berserker.
Is he a Legends option?
He is.
Yeah.
He's a Legends option. I just added him because I had the model. I'm like, okay, cool, I'll bring him. I'll bring this Berserker Glaive because I don't usually bring that.
Right.
It's usually Talisman and Burning Blood, reroll your charges, right?
Yep.
That's kind of like a given. But I did that instead, so his Power Axe was 2 damage instead of 1. And it was fine. Like, it still worked out well. Because he has access to the World Eater stratagems and you can improve his AP for only a command
That's
point.
kind of nice.
That's nice, right?
Yeah. Oh, I forgot he's got the Feel No Pain. That 3 damage you might not have taken.
Oh, that's right.
Well, he didn't die anyways. It doesn't matter.
He didn't die anyway, but just for curiosity's sake, yeah, he would have.
he would've
Dice
taken
gods
that
don't
three.
like reverse time.
Exactly. They punish. They punish.
So. Yeah.
Anyways, folks, that's pretty much it for this game. It was, again, I think Dave and I are both surprised it's a World Eater victory. But once I seen that, like I said, that 11-inch charge, and then it all started clicking up in the old noodle. It all started making sense. And, yep.
And terrain too, though, Luka.
The terrain was a big deal, yeah.
Because, like, you know, sure, that could have been the case, but if there wasn't any of the terrain, like, the new terrain rules played such a big part.
Oh, yeah, there's pretty much always -1s to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the line of sight blocking stuff, and
Yeah.
Yeah, so that makes a big deal, too.
Yeah, I think this guy, even though I was giving him +1 to hit, was pretty much only ever hitting on 3s for the majority of the game.
Yeah.
Which is what you want, right? You want lots of line of sight, lots of dense terrain. These guys work well as dense terrain. You just pretty much play them as, you take the forest rules, but make them an obstacle with breachable. Well, actually, no, forests already have breachable, so you just make them an obstacle instead of area terrain. That way you get cover behind them.
Yep.
And -1 to hit. And I don't know if you have these at home, they're great. I think they make great pieces to any table. And then obviously large, solid line of sight blocking pieces of terrain as well. It worked out really well. Really, really well. I would definitely play it again. And you know what? I think I'm just going to wait for the new codex before I try Destroyers again. There's lots of other lists I've been meaning to try. Just haven't got around to it. Anyways, folks, that is it for this game. We'll see you all next time. And as always,
Happy wargaming.
happy wargaming, everyone. Thanks for checking out that video, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Don't forget, in the vault is another 1,000 point battle report between the Necrons and the Adeptus Custodes. Josh and Luka, another 1,000 point battle report. If you're not a vault member and you want to check it out, you can click on the link down below to get yourself a 7-day free trial to the MiniWarGaming vault and try it out. Lots and lots and lots of Warhammer 40k 9th edition coverage in there and many more to come. Thanks again for watching, everyone, and as always, happy wargaming.